Good morning, hello, and welcome to day 3. Day 3, we're focusing on our feet and ankles, two areas that we often neglect. So we know that strong, flexible feet and ankles are the foundation to our movement. So it's really important to take care of our feet. We need to learn to develop the muscles and ensure that the joints are moving freely and balanced in a balanced way. So today's exercises will help improve the flexibility and the strength from the ground up. And we're going to start standing, working with some toe crunches and some ankle circles. And a lot of these standing exercises, you can do at any time. And then we're going to find our movement with those exercises, and then bring those exercises down on the mat where you can be lying on the bed and doing these exercises, perhaps there. If you've got a pen or a small tennis ball or a golf ball, you might also have a small hand towel or a flannel or something like that, and equally a block. So if you get a chance to stop the video now, if you're on the recording, grab those things. If you haven't got those things, then don't worry, it's not an issue. You can still do the exercises without the bits kit. So let's go with the warm-up. So here we go with the feet. Now just find the balance and just notice how your feet are spread on the floor, and then just wiggle the toes. Bring the toes up and down and just wiggle them, just as if you're playing the piano with your toes. Now I would like you to play the piano with your toes. I don't play the piano, but I can imagine if you can press down thumb, next one, and then next one, and next one, and I just want you to identify how you're moving each individual toe. Then feel the muscles that are coordinating that movement, and then wiggle them out and relax. Then I want you to just find a little bit of movement by rocking forward and back. Just rocking forward and back, lifting the toes up and rocking. Just gentle rocking. And then back to some toe crunches now. Bring the toes in and feel the muscles underneath the arch of the foot as you squeeze and then release. Squeeze, crunching everything up underneath you and then release. Like a cat on a mat when he's happy and he's squeezing his little paws in and then releasing. And again, and we've got one more. And then release. So we've woken up the muscles in the feet, and you might also feel the instep muscles and up into the heel. I'm going to point the toe. Now quite often when we point toes, we get that cramp, and that's just a sign of the muscles having been inactive, and we're demanding some tension from them. Point and place it down, point and place it down, point and place it down, point. Now dig the heel, pull the toe up towards you and spread the toes. As you push the heel down, you might feel the stretch through the calf muscle, and you'll feel a connection in the front of the shin here as you draw the toe up and dig the heel down, and then dig and pull, dig and pull. So the other ways that the ankle will work is an inversion and exversion. So feet are flat. When we're working inversion, we go roll in on the instep. And just do that now as we roll in. And how many times have we done that when we've been walking along and the pavement is slightly, and we roll in? And sometimes that's where we get the ankle injuries, partly because we don't react fast enough to that movement and be able to correct our body, and then we sprain the ankle. Partly because the muscle isn't there to hold and stabilize us. So we've got those inversions. Now exversions, so roll out. So we lift, just literally going on to the outside edge of your foot. And now, so we're going into the next stage. That's our little warm-up through the ankles and the feet. Pick up a towel. If you haven't one, don't worry. We are going to either work with the towel or work with the ball, or both. We're going to work with a little bit of balance here too, so take the foot onto the ball and then just roll it around. We're working with ankle circles. So if you haven't got the ball, we can work in balance, just circling the ankles round. And then the other way, circle around. Take the other foot and find your balance, circle. And then the other way. So all of the movements now have been completed in the ankle and the foot. Find the towel. And then we're going to challenge the contraction of the toes and working to develop the muscles in the feet. So we want to try and pick up this towel with our toes, and it's not as easy as it looks. So scrunch your toes over the towel. It depends on the towel, the thickness of the towel too, and it really can be a bit of a challenge. So it takes some practice to grab, and it does depend too on the toes and how agile they are. So don't be defeated with it. Somehow it will pick up and crunch into your feet. There, got it. Pick it up. Now we can do with the, we've done the toe crunches. We're going to do the ankle circles with the towel and find our balance, and then take the leg out and bring it back in. And there, I've lost it. So let's try with the other foot. Try and work equally with both feet. Scrunch, grab that towel with your toes, and we're also focusing a little bit on balance too. Squeeze. It won't work. So it doesn't want to behave itself. So your alternative is a pen, and it will need to be a fairly chunky pen, and then grab that. Then your choice would be a little golf ball. And here we go, and pick it up. And it takes some challenge. It's surprising how we don't use our toes. So we're finding those muscles in our feet, picking up. So we find all these different alternatives just to get that, and then give it a wiggle, move the ankle, challenge the ligaments in that movement, in that crunched feeling. Oh, and you can feel those toes. Just keep practicing with that. And the great thing about those movements is you can do that while sitting at the chair, sitting watching telly. It's not necessary to have a great deal of space to do those. So we picked up the towel, we've maybe rolled the ball, we've picked up the pen. Now we need to work with some inversion, exversion. Boom, we're going to work with some movement for that. So take the legs out wide, and then just take outside edge, inside edge, outside edge, inside edge. And then we're moving. So we're distributing our weight differently over the foot. Now, where are your toes? Are they crunched up? We need to actually separate the toes as much as we can so we get that extra sensory reception back to your feet and up through your body. And center. Now, take the foot out, place the foot down, gutsy, with all the kit. Take the foot out, place it down, keep the alignment, take it out as far as you dare. The temptation is to be inversion. Now, press the ankle away and plant the foot so that it's flat, and you'll feel the stretch down the outside of the ankle. Press down and lift the instep up, and then change. Press the ankle away, lift the instep up, but try and relax the toes. And you'll feel the connection in the instep and the stretch on the outer ankle. And back in, release, go again. Out, press the ankle away, take it away. Keep the knees slightly soft so it's not locked out. And then up, and then to the other side. And hold and breathe. And then center. And then give the ankle a wiggle. Change. So we're now moving on to the block. Now, in the last couple of days, we've done a few little squats, and I've recommended that if you're having challenge with your knees, step up onto the block. The blocks are also useful for our movements in ankles. So if we've got the heels up, we've got the toes down. We haven't got any stress in the calf muscles at this stage, but if we roll through to the toes, lift the heel off the block, we can feel those toes now really spread as if we're really wearing high heels. And we place it back down. So constantly got the tension through the toes and through the ball of the feet, releasing them down. So pedal power, working through. And yeah, it's just like wearing high heels, which I've given up on now. Really doesn't do much for your posture. And pedal. Okay, so that's our pedal power. Then we're going to come to the side and let's stack these blocks up. So this you could do on the side of your step at home, and we're up. What I like about it is it makes it a lot easier to be able to do the ankle exercises. So we can try and get the pelvis level and steady and circle the ankle. We can point at the same time, but point down and circle and round, really getting that big movement in your ankle joint. Circle and then change direction, round. And we're getting a little bit of balance going on too. And then we go to the other side. So all of those movements we can do in different ways, whilst getting a little bit of training for the rest of the body with our balance, coordination. Think about the toes and circle. 4.3.2, 1 point, change direction back, 1, 2, 3, 4. There, we're now coming down to the mat. Taking the blocks away and pick up your ball or a cushion, and we're going to place it between the ankles. So come down onto your back. Find a comfortable position and then stabilize your pelvis by drawing the back down to the mat using those abdominals. So we're going a little bit of training for your abs now. We're bringing the legs up to tabletop and placing the ball between the ankles. So here the toes are pointed. We squeeze on the ball and then we draw the toes towards you. So we've constantly got now movement without load bearing. And this is, if this is a preferred option for you, we can train the feet this way. Feet and ankles without load bearing. Okay, so from here we're going to turn the ball around the ankles, guiding it around the foot. And then turn the toes out and squeeze the heels in. It's not only training through the legs, but you can feel the muscles in the ankles as you press the heels up, draw the toes towards you, squeeze the heels in, point together, rotating, internally rotating into the hip, pulling in and out. At the same time, we're working our abs to hold the legs up to the ceiling, point and rotate out, spread the toes and point, crunch the toes, spread the toes and open like Donald Duck, center. Okay. Grab the ball and come on up. So we go back to the first movements that we had where we worked through the toes. They should feel a little bit as if they've been worked now. And we're going to roll through up, do our heel raises, and then roll back, drop the heels. They should feel more flexible. We should feel more in control. We've got this sensors working through our feet, up, and then point, circle. Just feel the big toe on the mat. And then the other leg, circle. And then bring your heels together, turn your toes out. Just like a ballerina, feel the glutes switch on, rise up onto the toes. Keep squeezing the heels together and back down. Bring the toes up, paddle, and back up. And down. Now the toes together. Spread the feet and just press the ankles out, and you'll feel the connection into the outer thighs here. Remembering that everything's connected to everything else. So despite the fact that we're focusing on the ankles here, it does transmit all the way up to the hips, the internal rotation in the hip. Release and send the feet out. So there we have a little workout for your feet. And don't forget, we need also to point the toes away and lengthen through to stretch these front ligaments as we point and just drop the toes behind us. So it will look, and that's something that we can do on the mat with the pedal power and then point the toes away to find that stretch. And this can be done at any time of the day, and particularly useful if you've been wearing shoes where you've been clamped in and have been doing quite a bit of walking, because it will stretch down through the front of the shin too, which is responsible for bringing your toes up. So give those a bit good stretch and we're done. So going to work for today. We know now how important our feet and ankles are for maintaining our balance and mobility. So paying them some attention does pay off, even if it's just a couple of minutes every day. And if you've been doing something extraordinary, like a good long hike, remember to relax them, stretch them out afterwards. Give those muscles in the feet and ankles some focus and some love and attention. So tomorrow we're going to be combining everything that we've done today, the last 3 days. So it'll be just a general lower body flow, nothing too complicated and nothing too strenuous, just to focus on the group of muscles and joints for our lower body. So take care, and I will see you tomorrow for that. Take care. Bye.